What's going on, my Sith friends? Darth Kimchi here. Welcome to the show. So I want to put out something that is a must-have in the game, and that is tanks. You have to have them to pre-taunt for Grand Arena. You got to have them to counter Galactic Legends. So let's get it. Let's get a helpful comment thread started. I'm going to have some questions. If there's anything that I've missed, or maybe there's a tank that should be on here that I haven't put on here yet. So if you're new to my channel, I'm about helping new players of the game, mid-level players, because I'm only in Division 7. So by the time you reach my division, you will dominate and win every round. It's not about me dominating. It's about helping out others. All right. And then, of course, if you're watching my channel and you're over my account, I got some good people who comment below. It's because they like to help people too. All right, guys. So let's get it. Let's talk about fives first. So fives is awesome. He's needed for General Skywalker. I have him modded for defense and tenacity because I just have good mods. But he needs a lot of health, protection, speed, and offense. Because when he sacrifices himself, he distributes that to the team. So definitely recommend don't put critical damage on the triangle. He can't pass over critical damage. I put offense. And then you could do either offense, health, protection, or here, offense, health, protection. And then I wish I could have maybe a health here. I'd like to spread it out, but I have protection there as well. And then I have health here because it has a 22 speed secondary. I think that's great for fives. And then, of course, this is going to be offense maxed out. And then defense. So on a tank, you should definitely want to 6-dot the defense mod. So let's take a look at his stats. So my health and protection at this pool is enough to take on the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren counter. Speed is terrible, but that hasn't affected me at all. Tenacity, I wish I should get a little bit higher. Damage at 5,700. Like I said, if you're not using fives for the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren counter, you can mod them for offense. I've seen some fives that are awesome that are modded for 4 offense, 2 health. I see them modded for speed. There's several ways you can mod your fives. You always want to mod him for how you are using him, not for how all top meta is. All right, so let's take a look at his survivability. So SLKR does physical damage. So my armor at 75%, that's really good. He does not go down at all, especially with guard from Chewie. He can't be critically hit. All right, so let's go on from that. Let's look at Bossk. I have Bossk on here because he doesn't pre-taunt. You just got to get him to go fast. So I use an Aura Sing lead, and I have him as the only relic bounty hunter. And I think since he taunts, when he does, he gains frenzy. So right here. Bossk dispels all debuffs on himself, recovers health, and then gains frenzy and taunt for 3 turns. And then he gives offense up to all bounty hunters, which is great because they need offense up. They do hit like noodles. So frenzy, basically, when he gains frenzy, my Grief Karga goes next, and he uses his mill ability. So when you use a special, he immediately goes afterwards. And you can trigger the contract with just those 2 tunes if you get them fast enough. Okay, so on my Bossk, I have him at a very healthy health protection pool. I have him at 290 speed. That is really fast for a Bossk. I've seen faster, but that's how I can able to get out there and trigger that contract. My Aura Sing boss team can take out basically full relic teams, slow Darth Revan squad. Say if your Darth Revan is slower than 290, he's getting taken out by bounty hunters. All right, so take a look at tenacity. High tenacity Bossk does very well. He's very hard to debuff, ability block stun, so he keeps going and gaining frenzy. Survivability, pretty good, 62%. 48% on special. So this boss does very well, very fast. Okay, let's go talk about General Kenobi. He's needed at Relic 8 for Jedi Master Kenobi. You want him to be thick, lots of health. I put defense on him because, like I said, you can have as much health and protection as you want. But if you don't have any kind of defense, those hits just hit harder. All right, so let's take a look at his stats. Health protection, very healthy. I haven't needed to go higher. I use my Padme squad to take out Kylo Ren unmasked easily, and he doesn't go down at all. So health more because Padme protection up is based off of health, so I have a higher health pool. So Kenobi's pretty slow. Tenacity, I wish I could get it higher. Kenobi as well, you don't want him to get stunned or ability block. You want him to go as many times as you can and use his basic. It's helpful. And then survivability, 67%. Special is always over 60% as well. So he's pretty thick. That's a very healthy General Kenobi. Okay. Next, you've got Shoretrooper. So Shoretrooper is a must-have. If you're coming up, highly recommended. He is used for the Sith Eternal counter. He is the best to use with Vader because stand guard. Whenever another Allied Empire unit uses a special ability, which Vader does a lot, if Shoretrooper is taunting, Vader gains 15% turn meter. That's awesome. Okay, so at Relic 4, I don't want to spend too many relics. You know, relic materials cost money, so I don't want to use that. So at Relic 4, with these stats here, health, protection, I'm able to do the Sith Eternal counter. Tenacity, I feel like he needs a lot of tenacity. If he gets buff immunity, the regroup doesn't help him at all. So I did have a tenacity cross, but I took it off to get more protection. So survivability is 60%. Survivability and special is 57%. Sith Eternal does special damage. Okay, so 57%. So here, I'd probably recommend a tenacity cross. You know, I'm farming for tenacity with a protection and health percentage, and then maybe defense like this one has here to get it beefier. I'm definitely going to 6-dot this defense here. Like I said, if on a good tank, you want to 6-dot the defense. But I'm trying to hopefully get a better secondary, because I don't care about that crit chance offense or that terrible +5 defense. I'm farming for a better mod. You know, I've got maxed out health here, maxed out protection here. I've got maxed out health here. It does have 14 speed in the secondary. It does have some defense percentage. So this is good for my Shoretrooper. Okay, and then let's go take a look at Kylo Ren Unmasked. So this is the question I have, guys. So for the Sith Eternal counter, you have to have one of these two, Shoretrooper or Kylo Ren. And I don't have Kylo Ren modded or geared. So guys, if you're using Kylo Ren Unmasked for that counter, how do we mod Kylo Ren Unmasked to make him stand up and survive? And then also, what does everyone do for Kylo Ren Unmasked to go for Padme? Like, I know everyone knows Padme takes out Kylo Ren Unmasked so easily. I always say tenacity on Kylo Ren Unmasked. You know, let me know. I know he gets, you don't want tenacity because something with this kit with debuffs, but, you know, he gets taken out by Padme too easily. But he's a great pre-taunting tank if you have the Zeta on him. He's great. Also, Shoretrooper also does pre-taunt. So that's very important to have in the game, guys. Pre-taunting tanks. General Kenobi will taunt on a Padme squad. Anytime someone's critically hit, they gain critical avoidance, and he taunts immediately, which is super helpful. Taunt can be dispelled a lot, so I like how he does taunt anytime someone gets critically hit. Shoretrooper taunts at the beginning of the battle, which is amazing. So does Kylo if you have that Zeta. So does Set, Sith Empire Trooper. If you hit a lot Set, it's Sith Empire Trooper. He also does taunt at the beginning of the game. And so does L3. She's also very underrated. L3 gets prepared at the beginning of the battle. She taunts. And then if you hit her, she's going to counter, and she's going to get prepared again and re-taunt. So I don't have mods on Set or L3. So guys, just put in that comment thread what's super helpful for Set. How do you mod him? And then L3. I feel like a super high tenacity L3 would be dangerous because you don't want her to get buff immunity. You know what I mean? You want her to keep taunting. So very high tenacity on L3, I believe. Obi-Wan, we'll talk about Obi-Wan. Everyone has Obi-Wan Kenobi. Old Ben's amazing. I like his new look. So Old Ben, I don't care about potency anymore. There's so much resisting out there. Like his mind tricks can't be evaded, but it can be resisted. So I recommend super high health, defense, protection, tenacity I don't really care too much about because I use him with Basilisk Shan. Basilisk Shan gives protection up, which is based off of health, and he's going to taunt at the beginning of the battle, so I don't care about that. So let's take a look at his stats. Health, protection, because he's not relicked. Speed, like I don't care about. Potency, 30%, I don't care. Tenacity, I wish I could get higher. But survivability, 49%, 42%. Like I said, he's still a baby. You know, to make someone tricky at gear 12, I recommend relicking the right side, or not relicking, but gearing the right side. You know, maybe one or two. Like definitely like this one here at 6,500 health. He gets 30 armor. This one here, I don't want the physical damage. The armor, the strength is great. Here you get armor, resistance, he gets potency, tenacity. So I'd probably do the top one and the bottom one. I wouldn't do the left ones. You know, to get a tune just pretty good at gear 12, do 2 of the right, or 3 if you want. You know, it takes a lot of materials to get that stuff, so you have to be careful. That's why I haven't hit that craft button yet. All right, so let's go on to... So that's who I think, guys. I think those are super important. Like I said, if there's anything I missed, any tips we can give out, these are must-have tanks in the game if you're coming up. Definitely Shoretrooper. I went after Set, and then I got him to gear 11, you know, got all his shards, and then I totally stopped working on him because I needed Shoretrooper for the Sith Eternal counter. So if you're coming up, you got to go after Shoretrooper. He's amazing. He's a great tank. As I said, I use him for every single Sith Eternal counter. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, blast the like button. We're all trying to grow together. Until next roster review, Darth Kimchi signing out.